This video is not financial advice. Welcome to tracking my Bitcoin portfolio, day 31. I own the same amount of Bitcoin, but it's now worth $28,865.02, which is up $352.12 since yesterday. Now I'm going to go into these comments. Okay, this person said, "What up, Ryan? We are all Ryan. Keep up the great work." Thank you very much. I appreciate your comment. This person said, "You on X at all?" I am currently not on X, but I probably will join eventually. When I do join, I'll probably just have it linked in my YouTube description. But I want to make sure that I do it right. I want to make sure that I have a profile picture of me with laser eyes, because that's how you, if you're a true Bitcoiner, and you're on X, you need to have laser eyes. So I want to make sure to do it correctly and have like a good picture of me with laser eyes. So you have to just give me some time, but I'll probably set it up eventually. But currently, no, I'm not on it. But thank you for your comment, because it's always good if you go on X. It's always good just to argue with people and debate people. If you want to be a true Bitcoiner, you got to have laser eyes and you got to debate people 24/7. Okay. This person said, "I am here for day 30 to see what happens. The channel has not been closed yet. The threat from day 14 may have been empty." Yeah, someone on day 14 said that I wasn't going to be making videos on day 30. So I was like, okay. But nothing happened. It was just a routine day. It was an empty threat. Okay, now I'm going to go into Forrest Hodl. He said, "I found listening to audiobooks to be a good unlock since I don't have time at the moment to read much. Enjoying the videos, great perspective on gambling. I would add that the popularity of it is a response to the problem of fiat." Yeah, I would agree. Like, basically, since we're on a fiat standard, people are losing their wealth without kind of realizing. Like, obviously prices are just going up, so people are falling behind. So it creates more of an incentive to get money quickly, get money now. And the only way to really do that is by gambling. Obviously, if you're extremely talented, you can make money quickly, but most people aren't really extremely talented. So the only option is to gamble. And so if you're being told to gamble every day, like whenever I go on to chess.com, because I play chess a lot, there's literally gambling ads on chess.com. When I go watch YouTube videos, there's gambling ads. Like, why should that even be allowed? Like, if you think about it, like, what if someone is watching what if someone is a minor and watching that gambling ad? Like, that shouldn't really be allowed. Same with alcohol ads. Why are alcohol ads allowed? Tobacco ads aren't allowed. What's the difference between alcohol and tobacco? They're both drugs. They're both bad for you, but you're allowed to advertise one and not the other. So things like that, like, it doesn't really make sense to me why gambling ads are allowed and tobacco ads are not allowed, but they're both vices that are both bad for you. So, like, yeah, like, in my opinion, like, it's just corruption, basically. It's just about how much money can they make, and obviously there's a lot of money to be made through gambling and even through alcohol. I'm very anti-alcohol. That there's just a lot of corruption, I think. So that's why that's the society that we live in. Like, every day, you're just told to gamble. You go to a website, gamble. Did you gamble today? You're listening to the radio. Did you gamble? You got to gamble. You didn't gamble today? You're walking around. Oh, you hear someone, "Oh, I just had a 7-leg parlay. It almost hit a 5-leg parlay, 12-leg parlay, gamble. And I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it every day. Just people telling me to gamble. And I'm just like, just get away from me. But yeah, thank you for your comment. Maybe I'll try listening to some audiobooks. I kind of like having a book. Like, once you read a book, it's kind of like an accomplishment, because now you just have this book and you can be like, I read this book. So an audiobook, it's nice because maybe it's a little bit cheaper and you still get a lot of information. But if you actually have a book, it's kind of like a reward if you finish it, because now it's like, I read this book. So I kind of like the physical copy, but maybe I'll try that. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. And then this person responded and said, Forrest, I love your videos, man. Great content. Nice of you to interact with young Bitcoiners starting on YouTube. Yes, he's just a nice guy. This is what I do. I love listening to audiobooks, but it kind of feels like cheating. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is it's a little bit cheating because you're not really reading it yourself, but you know, it's all about trying to retain as much information as possible. So for some people, an audiobook would definitely work a lot better than actually trying to read. Or if you're doing something, like if you're driving, maybe obviously listening to an audiobook would be more effective than trying to read while driving. All right, and then this person said, "What up, Ryan? We are all Ryan. Keep up the great work." He said that twice. Okay, thank you for your comment. Now I'm gonna go on to how much money I made from my chess YouTube channel. $4.33 I made on May 2nd. So I'll just keep on going. Just keep on going. Just keep making chess videos. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you guys this question. What is my one prediction for the future? What is what is my one prediction for the future? Do you guys know? Okay, you don't know, I'll tell you. So basically, in 2008, there was obviously the housing financial crisis, and obviously like housing prices like crashed, and that's kind of the fault of the banks. The banks made a bunch of bad bets, and the government came in and bailed out the banks. Okay, so basically, that is corruption. Okay, you guys have to understand that if you are in a free market, okay, we're talking about a free market, not a market that's regulated, like, oh, this person's, you know, I'm gonna let you win today. Oh, I'm not gonna let you win today. You're in a free market. Whatever happens, happens. Okay? And the government literally just steps in and bails out people who made bad bets. Now, I know that yes, there would have been a huge probably Great Depression if the government hadn't have done that. But the reality is that we should be in a free market. The people who make bad bets have to face the consequences. I don't care how much money they lose. I don't care what happens. You do not get to choose the winners and losers. That is not a free market. Okay? So since this has already happened, like this corruption on this scale has already happened, I predict that there is going to be a huge financial crisis. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to be exactly. I don't know if it's going to be in the housing market. I don't know where it's going to be, but I predict there's going to be a huge crisis. And basically the government is going to come in and they are going to basically bail out the people that they choose they want to bail out. They're going to say, oh, this bank, you made a bad bet. You know, you should have lost all your money. You should be bankrupt right now. But we're going to go and we're just going to create a bunch of currency and just give it to you. We're going to steal from all the poor people, all these poor people, and we're going to just give them to the rich people. Oh, the problem solved. Just take from all the poor people, give it to the rich people. That's the government. That's how the government solves the problems. Take from the poor, give to the rich. Take from the poor, give to the rich. Take from the poor, give to the rich. And then the politicians are going to pretend like it's some good thing, like, oh, we just stopped this financial crisis. No, let the financial crisis happen. Let this Great Depression happen because it's a free market and the people who make bad bets deserve to lose. Okay, that's my opinion. I know that's some people may disagree with that and be like, oh, you can't allow that to happen. It's like, okay, well, yes, I can, because it's a free market. The people who make bad bets deserve to lose, and we need to allow this collapse to happen to build a better system that's actually fair and just for everybody, not just the rich people, not just taken from the poor and giving to the rich people, because that's all the government is going to do. And obviously, when I say taking from the poor, I'm talking about debasing the currency. So the currency goes down in value. And people lose purchasing power, and they basically just give that new currency that's created out of thin air to the banks to bail them out, and that causes these people to be able to buy less goods and services, and it causes these people to no longer need to file for bankruptcy. So I say that is corruption. I say that is wrong. And I predict that that is going to happen again on a large scale again. And there's going to be mass protesting. There's going to be people that um there's going to be people that there's going to be huge protesting like in 2008, like the Occupy Wall Street. There's going to be protesting on both sides of the political parties, like conservative, liberal, Republican, Democrat. There's going to be both sides are going to be protesting. And there's going to be a lot of people that have solutions to this problem, but I would argue that their solutions aren't going to be aren't correct. Like for example, you're going to have a lot of people who are communists and say like, capitalism is wrong. Look at this. Now they're able to identify that something is wrong, but their solution, I would say, is not a good solution. So there's going to be a lot of people that are able to identify a problem but provide a solution that isn't really correct. The correct solution is a free market. That's what I think. Having a free market and there not being bailouts. That's because I believe in free markets. I believe in like real free markets. I'm not a communist. So I'm not like, oh, we should take all this money from these rich people. I'm not saying that everyone who says that is an idiot. I'm just giving one example of, people that will turn to that ideology when this happens. So there's going to be a lot of protesting, I think. And maybe I might, since I'm a Bitcoiner, maybe I will be protesting as well, because if I do believe that this is corruption, maybe I'll actually be protesting at some point in the future. Obviously, like peacefully protesting, because it's just corruption. It's literally just corruption. But let me know if you disagree with that or you want to add to that. This is what Gemini said. Okay, well, this is what I asked. If the United States already bailed out banks in 2008, how do I know that's not going to happen again? In a free market, the people who make bad bets should face the consequences. Answer back in one sentence. I always say answer back in one sentence because I don't like when it just throws a bunch of information. It's just annoying. Okay, but it says, while there are no absolute guarantees, current financial regulations like the Dodd-Frank Act aim to prevent future taxpayer-funded rescues by requiring large banks to maintain higher capital reserves and create living wills for their own orderly liquidation. Yeah, so basically it says right here, while there are no absolute guarantees. So basically, it could happen again. And I think it will happen again. And I think the solution is the government is gonna say, you know what? Let's take money from all these poor people and let's give it to the rich people. And then the politicians are gonna say, look at this, we just solved a huge crisis. If we were to have not stolen all your money, there would have been a huge crisis. You're welcome. And it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again. And I'm sick of it. I'm a young person and I'm already sick of it. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Now I'm gonna go into my monetization for the ROM investing. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 123. So please subscribe to this channel so I can monetize my Bitcoin portfolio. Once I monetize this channel, I'm basically monetizing my Bitcoin portfolio. So that's a very profound thing because the Bitcoin isn't being put at risk, right? There's a difference between using my Bitcoin as collateral, taking out a loan and taking risk and putting the Bitcoin at risk. But if I monetize this channel, I'm able to monetize my Bitcoin portfolio without putting it at risk. Okay. So it's very, I think it's a very unique idea. So I'm going to keep on trying to grow this channel. But I don't really have anything else to say for today. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, I would also like to add something to what I was saying. Imagine you're in a casino, but every time you make a bad bet and lose, the casino bails you out and gives you your money back. Okay, so you have to understand this scenario. Imagine you can't lose and you know that you are going to be bailed out. How does that affect your decision making? If you know that you cannot lose, it allows you to make more bets to try and amplify your returns. Okay, so what I'm saying is that not only are bailouts corruption, they lead to even more corruption. Because if you're imagine you're in a casino and you know that this person is going to bail you out regardless of how much you lose. It allows you to take on more risk. Okay, I'll instead of betting 1,000, I'm gonna bet 100,000. I'm gonna bet 1,000,000. I'm gonna bet 10 million. It's you guys have to understand that bailouts lead to more corruption because it causes people to just take on more risk and say, I can't lose. There is no risk. Why not bet 100 million? Why not bet 200 million? How much? What's the max amount I can bet that where I get my money back? Let's go for the maximum amount. So you guys have to understand that bailouts lead to corruption, and it's like a compounding effect. It leads to even more corruption. It's so I just want you guys to know that bailouts are wrong. Government bailouts are wrong. They steal from the poor, they give to the rich, and they allow them to take on more risk, or they don't even have risk. They just allow them to amplify their gains without taking on risk. Okay, it's not a good situation. Okay, in my opinion, I don't like that at all. So I wanted to let you guys know that.